In this video today, we're going to be going through how to fix supports that are too hard to remove or that are too strong, right? So obviously when you have your 3D prints, you do your supports as normal, and sometimes it can be really hard to remove. I know a lot of times I've spent like maybe half an hour just trying to remove supports that were stuck too like strong to the model. So this is basically going to show you how to overcome that problem, right? So I've got my notes on the side. So the first thing you want to do is adjust your support settings. So depending on what slicer you use, I use Cura, some people use Prusa Slicer and other ones. You want to basically make some adjustments to some of your support settings. So the ones I have here are the support XY distance, which is basically the distance between where your support is based on the X-axis. You can also do support Z distance, which basically has your supports distance basically on the Z-axis. Then you also have support density. So obviously the density is how much basically infill is in the support. So I think the default might be 20% in Cura. So you can try to lower that by 5-10% and see if that helps out. So the second one is to use support removal aids. So that's basically different tools that you can use, such as like needle nose pliers. Those can work pretty well. Obviously you get the flush cutters that come with your 3D printer, but the quality of those aren't so high. So you might be better off getting some high quality flush cutters as well. Some people use tweezers, or you can even use a heat gun to basically apply heat to your model to make the supports basically soften, because the plastic obviously softens when it gets heat applied to it, right? And you can use a Dremel tool. It's like a multi-purpose. You can use like maybe a cutting kind of tool to get rid of supports easier. Okay, so the next one we have reduce your hot end temperature. So basically it comes down to your printing temperature. If you print at a really high temperature, then your filament basically droops down because it's hotter, so it's more free flowing, and that can basically connect to the supports like way stronger, I guess. So it makes your supports harder to remove when your heating temperature is a bit too high, right? And then next up we have tree supports. So you can use tree supports instead of normal supports, because sometimes the structure of that can be a little bit less attached to your model. So tree supports can be good. Cura 5.4, I think they did an update to make tree supports a little bit better, so that's a good thing you can do there. And lastly we have adjust your orientation to reduce the number of supports overall. So some models you can basically orient it in a certain way where there's less overhangs, so there'll be less supports, which obviously means that you're going to have less supports to remove. So that's not necessarily changing how strong the support will be, but having less supports makes the supports easier to remove overall. So that should definitely help out. So yeah, that's all the main reasons, and hopefully that helps out.